Hello friends, I am Shravana and welcome back to my channel Sparkling Future. Before starting with today's topic, I request all of you to subscribe to my channel and also please like, share, comment and hit the bell icon for the latest video notifications. Thank you. So yesterday we have discussed about Scala map, what is a Scala map, how to use that in the functions and all. So today in the part 2 video we will see how to use Scala map in a Scala code, in the sense not in the Scala worksheet, in a Scala object, and also in which scenario we will use the Scala maps, that we will discuss in today's video. In Scala we have two types of maps. One is immutable and another one is the mutable map. And if you notice, I have not mentioned anything, just map I gave, so it has considered this as immutable map, which is the default map. Immutable map is the default map, and which means which cannot be modified once created. This is Scala worksheet, so please don't go by it. And if you are writing any Scala program, that time immutable maps cannot be modified. So let's say if you have a requirement to have the mutable map, then use the library, the same thing, Scala collection, and here instead of immutable put mutable and dot map. So this library you have to import in your Scala code, and you can use that. And let's say you have both, like you have two maps, one is mutable and another one is immutable map. Then what you can do is, for the immutable map you can directly use like this, but whereas for the immutable map you have to mention mutable dot this entire thing, Scala dot collection mutable dot map, like this. So here we have to put here. If you just give map like this, then it will take it, map of, it will consider. Okay, but if you wanted to have immutable mutable map, then you have to put like this entire thing. Got it? So this is how we can create it. Because this is map of string is found, it seems. That is the error it has shown. Okay, here we have mentioned it as mutable, so it is asking us to have this also. So instead of this, if you just put a variable like this, right, you create a empty map and then you can add it, you can give something. This is also actually not required. So this is how you can create a mutable map. So this one is clear, right? Till here mutable map, till here it is clear, right? So this is how we can use both types, like immutable and mutable types of maps. And this is how we can create a empty map. Clear? Okay. So next is we will just use this in the Scala code. Like here we are using it in the Scala worksheet, right? So in the main program, usually when you have a object main defined, so how to use that and all we will see with this very simple example. So let's say we have a map like this and dot, and we have the keys, right? So we have for each keys dot for each, because we need to have for each, right? And in this let's take like this, and for each I'll take I. For each, I usually in for loop we take the I now, similar to that. And I am saying that print keys, print key, and key means I here. I'll just take it as I, so that it will be easier for you to understand instead of I. And let's print values as well. Value I'll take, okay. So this is how we can use print it. So at a time I'll run the program. Let's create something else also. Let's use how to do or let's check this contains class. We have seen, no, usually in the code most of the times we have to check in that contains class. That's why I'm using that. So if amap dot contains a, okay, then we will print a is present, okay. Else we will println key A is not there, okay. So this is one, this is using for, and this is using the if else. And let's create another map with only integers. Now let's concatenate these two and print a map plus plus b map. That's it, it will be concatenated. We can use this as well. This is the overloaded method. Okay, that is because this is string comma string, so it cannot be applied to this one. It is saying and let's make this also to any to any. That cannot be applied to string comma string, int comma int. It is saying, okay, this example we will see here, okay. It's very easy. Usually we have a map and b map here, right? So a map plus plus b map, and when you save it, you can see that a new map has been created with all these values, which consists of both a map and b map. You got it, right? So this is how we can do it. So now I am running this, I am saving this example, and I'm running this Scala code, and if you see here, we are printing key and values, right? So key is A. Here I have not given any space, so I could have given here. A is the key, apple is the value, B is the key, banana is the value, C is the key, and Chiku is the value. And here I have added 1 to 11, right? So that one it is showing it here. And because it contains A which is true, it is saying that K is the key and the value is apple, because as I said, get will have the option class, so it is returning as sum of apple. Okay, this is how we work with the map, and these are all basics, and I just wanted to show you another example. I have already explained this, so I'll not go into very deep details. Okay, so usually maps, in which scenario we will use it is in the client database, like the data set that we will be getting, that will have only the customer codes or country codes, let's say USA or IN for India or something like that. Okay, but in the target database, we may need in the full form of the country code. So that time you cannot sit and write like, if it is IN, make it as India, if IN, print ln as India. So you cannot write so many if conditions, or you cannot do that manually. So instead of that, what you will do is you will have a small map using which you can compare, and if this is present, you print that value in the target database. So for that purpose we use maps. So we can actually make it as a lookup as well. Maps are usually called as lookups as well in other terminology. So if you see here, this is the sample data set, and the web server host is the IP address here. Okay, and in the target data set, they don't want to showcase their host names like this. Instead, they wanted to have it in some HTTP like this. See, if this is the host, this is the HTTP that they want. So is a small map or lookup table you will have. So here if you see, the map is created, the key is the host, value is the URL. So you will create a lookup like that, and already you will have a data frame with this log data.csv, which has all these details. And here usually maps are very small tables, right? Lookup tables. So most of the cases we will broadcast it. What is the broadcast variable and all, you can see it in the previous videos. I will give the in the I button. Please go through that. Okay, and if you see here, we are saying that in the df.map, for each row, get the IP address. IP address means this one, which is there in the first column. So get string of 0, which is the first column, and host name get from the broadcast variable, means this is the value. So if you see here, get the IP address, pass it to this broadcast variable dot value. It's nothing but a map. So to the map we just discussed here, right? How to get the map value means you have to pass the key and you will get the value. And similarly, you are passing the key here and you are getting the value, and you are assigning that to host name. And finally, you are making a string and you are making that as a data frame and you are showing. So now let's run this Scala code. If you see here, web server host is the URL now. It's not it's not web server host no more. Okay, so if the input file has something and you wanted to change it to something, and that too mainly for any lookups usage in the production environment, we'll use the maps. Clear, right friends? For this video I'll give it in the I button. You can go through that. Okay, thank you for watching the video, friends. Please subscribe to my channel for more interesting learnings. Thank you.